1.
Okay, so I'm going to do a problem with you using T accounts so that we can kind of come together on this problem and make sure we're doing our T accounts right. So our first transaction is that our owner invested $15,000 into the business. So I'm going to start with a debit to cash of $15,000, and my credit is going to go to my capital account for $15,000. Remembering that debit is left, credit is right. My next transaction is the owner transferred $300 of office equipment to the business. So my asset of office equipment is going to debit $300. It's increasing. And my owner's equity is increasing also, so that's a credit. So I have a debit of $300 to office equipment, a credit to capital for $300. We bought office equipment on account for $8,000. So we're going to come over here, and office equipment is increasing, so that's on the debit side. And on account means accounts payable, and accounts payable increases on the credit side. So my debits and credits are equal. Fourth, we bought office equipment for $1,225. We wrote a check. So office equipment, again, is going up. Wow. $1,225 as a debit. And the credit is going to go to cash because we wrote a check on the right side. 5, we sold office equipment transferred by Richard Tang for $300. So the office equipment is going down because we sold that, and we sold it on account. So our accounts receivable, we have a future value coming in is the increase. We bought office furniture for $900. Check 228. So office furniture is going up, and increases to assets are on the left side, or a debit. And the credit is going to be to cash. We're going to decrease cash by $900 because we wrote a check. 7, we bought computer equipment for $995. Check number 229. So our computer equipment is increasing, and that's on the debit side. Whoops. And not sure what I just did there. Just did a full screen something. There we go. Okay, so let's see. Our computer equipment went up, increased, and our cash is going down. So a decrease here. And number 8, we wrote a check for $2,000 to pay off part of that office equipment that we purchased earlier. So we wrote a check, so cash is decreasing, so that's a credit. And accounts payable is also decreasing, and that's on the left side for them, so that's a debit. We received $300 on account. So cash is going up. Cash increases on the debit side, or the left side. And the decrease is then going to be to accounts receivable because they no longer owe us that money. So the credit is to accounts receivable. Let's see. Finally, we bought office furniture for $145. Check 231. So we have more office furniture. Office furniture is an asset. It increases on the left side. And we wrote a check. And cash decreases as a credit on the right side. Okay, so now we need to look at our balances. And we talked about that formula before. Assets have a normal balance of their increased side, which is the debit side. So my formulas, remember, it's kind of long, but we can get it. So we're going to say sum and we're going to say the debits. And then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to subtract the sum of the credits. So in this case, I'm going to add up the debits and I'm going to subtract the credits. And my number right there, 10,035. So what I'm going to do, since that's such a long formula up there, I'm going to take and do a Control-C, and that formula should work for all of my assets. So I can paste it, and I can paste it to all 5 assets. Now I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to have to do an opposite formula for my liabilities and owner's equity. So they have an increased side of the credit side. So their normal balance side is the credit side. So that's where we need to be. We need to be on this right side. So I'm going to come up and do my auto sum. And I'm going to say add up all the credits and subtract all of the debits. And then I should be able to say copy and paste. Okay, and then let's just double check our balances here. So I'm going to say this is equal to, and I'm going to click on this, plus this, plus this, plus all 5 of my assets. Do I have a plus sign? I do. And this guy. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to say equals this plus this credit balance. So all the credit balances together with all of the debit balances. And now I know that they are in balance. Hope that helped a little bit. If not, come see me for some more help.